Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us once again on this week's edition of the Brief Nerdy podcast. We got a great show for you. We're going to talk some Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and Tom Hardy casting for Venom. It's lots of Spider-Man casting going around. Some little bit of Dragon Age and Destiny 2. But first, I'm going to introduce my companions for the evening. First off, you know him and love him. His name is Trent. Say hello, Trent.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I am doing pretty good. A little tired, but still good.
Excellent.
I was
So
up
you
till
were staying up till 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I stayed up till 4 last night. I had to finish Prey. The end of the game was pretty good. I didn't really want to stop, like right in the middle of it. So I stayed up till 4, then had to wake up for work. So, yay! Always sleepy when I do the podcast. I'll be saying such things like favorites like San Francisco and social media, and what I do last week. I don't even remember.
I don't remember either.
I remember you guys made fun of me a lot, but that's okay.
I'll remember it. I'll blurt it out midway through the podcast like I always do.
That's fine.
Joining us this week is a new special guest, my good friend Beka. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Excellent. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and the nerdy things you like?
Well, I'm Becca. I've been gaming since pretty much as long as I can remember. I think I started playing WoW when I was 8. So I've been playing video games and leeching off my brothers pretty much all my life for games.
Pretty awesome. Well, welcome. Glad you can join us.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get things started with our new round robin. This week's round robin is your favorite video game animal companion. Trent, why don't you go ahead and kick us off this week?
Oh, I knew you'd come to me first.
Yep, I'm the host. I get to pick.
Sure. There's so many good choices. Favorite. Let's see. It has to be an animal companion, so it can't be like.
Maybe it could be a
RPG.
fictional animal.
The
Like,
dog.
I'll say if
Sorry.
you want to choose a unicorn, you can. You know, I'm not going to stop you.
Is there a unicorn animal companion in the game that I don't know about?
I'm sure there is somewhere.
It's hiding.
I'd probably go with the Mabari Hound from Dragon Age Origins.
Oh, that's a good one.
I
thought it
never
was a
thought of that
really,
one.
I thought it was a really unique addition to the story. And if you play as the human noble, he's actually your dog from childhood. Like you can have him come with you, rather than the one you find in the camp. And so I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice. I'd almost forgotten about that hound until just now. So
Yeah, same.
very cool. All right, Becca, how about you?
I really like Mr. Bigglesworth from the Naxxramas raid, just because that was like the first big raid that I did in World of Warcraft, and so he's awesome. Plus, I love cats, so that helps.
I thought you were going to reference the cat from Austin Powers in his famous Game Boy Advance outing back in the early 2000s. But I guess it works in World of Warcraft too. I mean, you guys might have to gang up on me on your World of Warcraft knowledge since I have none of that.
I tried to bring you in a couple times, and you weren't having it.
I tried.
Like I'm a stupid big cow, and all I do is run around and hit little things, and it's boring.
I did not say that.
I was pretty close.
No, I have no problem with the Tauren. See, I know what they're called.
Ooh.
They're not the stupid big cows. They're Tauren. Yeah, see, you got that.
I don't know, just the grindiness of it. But I'm sure I'm still kind of wanting to try it at some point in my life, but I'm also dumb that I want to try vanilla WoW first, pre-Cataclysm. So, which means I have to play like an unofficial server to see what life was like then, and then play post-Cataclysm.
Yeah, I don't
It's
honestly know of any good vanilla private servers right now.
It's not worth it. The newer stuff is, I mean, not all better, but the quest flow is better. I don't know. I say
It feels smoother than what it was.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll make our own server with blackjack and hookers.
Sounds amazing. Let's do it.
Futurama line. Sorry, guess.
Oh.
Cricket. Okay.
I was like,
anywho, yeah. My favorite video game animal companion is kind of a cop out, but Epona from specifically Ocarina of Time. So I don't know that she appears in other games as well, but I don't know. Like just as a kid playing Ocarina of Time for the first time and just having that moment where you're racing with Epona, and then Ego, I think that's the name, Ingo, kind of traps you in the farm. Be like, okay, well, I promised you the horse, but guess what? You're never leaving the ranch. And you're like, whatever, sucker. And you jump over the gate.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
then
cool.
You have that special bond with Epona throughout the rest of time. So, yeah,
It's a
that's
good
my
one.
favorite video game companion.
I could never have guessed that's the one you were going to go with, but
I know.
you know.
Well, Ashley from the Mass Effect games thinks like the aliens are akin to dogs. So,
Oh, we're going to racism already? Is that what we're doing?
do you not remember that? Do you not remember that line? Well, she's like,
No, I remember.
yeah. So my favorite animal companion is Garrus.
Oh,
Oh God.
not okay.
No, not really, not really.
No, he's your favorite love interest.
Hashtag gay for Garrus. Nah, I could never cheat on my tally.
Aw,
Maybe with Vetra, but no, maybe not.
no.
No, definitely not.
Wasn't written nearly as well.
Nope.
Have you played any Andromeda yet, Beka?
I have not. I haven't had a chance to mess with that. Just don't have the funds to do it.
It's understandable.
Well, luckily you're now part of a hugely financially successful podcast. So
That's right. Free games is no. I'm just yeah. Unless our two listeners that we know of for sure want to start like Uber donating, but no.
and our other listeners are our other guests and hosts for the week. So
True.
Did you play the original trilogy, Beka, of Mass Effect?
See, I got about halfway through the first.
Oh no!
I know like basic storyline stuff of all of them. I just have
gotcha.
never actually beaten any of them.
Well, we'll put you in the same category as TJ, but you at least played more than him, so.
It's true.
I've got that going.
TJ has not played any.
Well, speaking of,
I'm not that bad.
what'd you say?
So it makes me sad that he has not
Yeah.
played any yet.
That's okay. Well, speaking of expansive RPGs, The Witcher is being adapted into a Netflix series. Yay! Much rejoicing.
Yay! Did we not talk about that last week?
Did we?
I
Oh,
don't
boy.
remember.
I don't think we did.
The news.
Well, let's talk about it again.
The news is all twisted up.
Yep.
And I can never remember if I'm just like sharing it with you on Facebook or talking about it on here.
And that's the problem. Like a lot of news comes out on Tuesdays. So right after we record, we're just like,
Right.
oh, well, look at all this news that dropped.
We're like the last week tonight of podcasts, except not nearly as good.
Hey, we have we have three things on our list today. That is today's news. So very proud of that fact.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Really up to date.
I know. So
yeah, only like 6 hours late.
So what do you guys think of this adaptation that Netflix is doing?
I'm excited. I mean, do we have good examples of video game properties becoming TV shows? I know that they're terrible at becoming movies.
I don't think we do, besides maybe cartoons, like the Mario Brothers cartoon, the Zelda cartoon, etc.
So
Yeah.
nothing great.
No. Hey, the Zelda cartoon is
Excuse me,
a
princess.
national treasure.
That was a line from the Zelda cartoon, if anyone's wondering.
Yes, no, I actually caught that.
When Link speaks, which he should never have done. Yeah, I mean, so from that angle, I wish that it is super successful. I like, fantasy magical shows in general, so that'll be fun. I've actually only kind of barely played The Witcher 3. Like, I'm in the first town still, and then I got distracted by their games. So I don't really know a ton about the lore. And we know it's not directly following any of the video games. But I mean, I'll watch it, unless it just looks awful, like the King Arthur movie.
What about you, Beka? What do you think?
I've never really messed with Witcher too much. I am excited for the TV show though, because it'll be probably the only way for me to get into the storyline unless I can actually buy the games.
Mm-hmm.
I just am worried that it's not gonna live up to the games.
And that's where I think they have a slight advantage with The Witcher, is because before it was a game series, it was actually a book series.
True.
And so they're
Is it following the novels?
I don't think it's following the novels. I think it's just another story within this universe they've created, because the games aren't directly from the novels either. The games are also just more stories in that universe.
No, that's true.
So I think just the Netflix show will be a companion, so it has an advantage over other video game adaptations. Even if you would even consider it a video game adaptation, I know I do, but many people would consider it a book adaptation, just like the games were.
Huh.
But the Witcher games popularized the books, but
That's true. Yeah. Knowing, I mean, have you played all of them or just the third one?
I have played all of them. I got about halfway or 75% of the way through 1 and 2 each before I called it quits. I've told that story on the podcast before, I know, but I just got done, and that's why I waited like a year and a half to play Witcher 3. I really ended up enjoying Witcher 3 though.
Yeah, it's really good from what I've seen so far. I just, for some reason, it hasn't drawn me back in yet. Do you think they'd be better for them?
Really good
sorry, go ahead.
things. No, sorry. I said I've just heard really good things about Witcher 3. Like, literally, I've heard nothing bad about that game.
Yeah, I mean, I have some friends who call it like the best game ever designed, stuff like that. So, I think it'd be interesting if they, because in all the games that I've seen anyway, it's Geralt, right?
Yep.
He's already kind of like middle age or older. Or at least he looks that way because he has white hair.
Yep.
I'm wondering if it'd be cool. Like, do you think they would do like a young Geralt story to do like his origin, or do you think that's kind of a too tropish?
Honestly, I'm not sure. My knowledge of the Witcher lore is pretty much just what goes on in the games, which he's kind of that same age throughout all the games. Maybe very slightly younger in the first one, obviously, but not a whole lot of time takes place. I think maybe it's only like 15-ish years, 20 years through like Witcher 1 through 3. And because he's a Witcher, he lives for a very, very long time. So I don't know how much younger they'll make him, but
what do you think would draw you to the show more? Like
good reviews, honestly.
Sorry, I mean like young Geralt versus like middle-aged old Geralt.
Probably older, if I'm being honest.
Interesting.
I know it's probably younger for you, but
I'm sure there'll be side characters. It'll be fine. Well, that's. I'll be honest. One of the reasons I never really got into The Witcher 3 is that I have a hard time connecting with the main protagonist. I don't like. He is very. I'm struggling to find the right words to use because I don't want to be insulting to people that like him a lot. But he is very like man's man, masculine, like hyper machismo. In the way that I see him, anyway. And
that's kind of why I couldn't get into the Witcher series in general.
Okay, good. See, I'm not the only one. I prefer my protagonist more like Nathan Drake. A little.
That's fair.
Funnier, more sensitive.
You do you, brother. It's all right.
Exactly. But I will get to The Witcher 3 eventually. So
it's very good. I mean, this is again coming from someone who tends to always finish games, but couldn't make it through 1 and 2, and just kind of wrote off 3 after that, being like, nope, I'm done with this series. I gave it 2 shots, but then eventually went back to it and was very, very pleasantly surprised with just the quality of the game overall. And it's a long game, and so you obviously get to know Geralt very, very well. And it's a game where the side quests have better stories and are much more interesting than the main quests. Like, you asked me one time, I was like, oh, is he just like chasing that girl down from city to city? And we're like, yep. We were like, but it doesn't quite it doesn't quite go into the quality of the side stories. This is the example I like to use is do you remember the Project Overlord? You might not, Beka, but Trent from the Mass Effect 2 DLC.
Yeah.
Like, that was a really, really well done side story. Like, would you agree?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, that's pretty much how 90% of all the side quests are in that game, where they're just very, very, very interesting, though side stories, but very, very interesting, if not more interesting than the main storyline. And so it keeps you engaged with all the side quests and makes it so just like any open world game, you're just distracted. You're just like, ooh, what's this? You just like talk to a guy with a question or a exclamation point over his head, then all of a sudden you're on a 4-hour epic quest that's more epic than your main one. So
That's pretty cool. I mean, I did just from the I probably played a couple hours, and I really enjoyed just kind of the way the universe existed, the lore that was built in. Everyone felt very real, and the one side quest that I did of like putting this specter to rest was really cool. So I mean, I definitely am excited to get back to it at some point.
and it's a game that just takes its lore and its audience seriously, kind of like Game of Thrones does, in a
Yeah.
in an adult themed way in a fantasy environment, which I can appreciate. And so I feel that the rugged man's man, is what that world needs in a
But is
Witcher.
it what it deserves?
Poor Gotham. All right. Anyway, we'll move on from that onto something that I am very excited about. I don't know why I'm so excited about since I never played the first one, but Destiny 2 is official. It's been announced. We have gameplay trailers, and it's coming to PC. Are either of you
Yay.
excited about that?
Yay. Oh, yes,
Yes.
very.
Good, good. Because I'm someone who always wanted to play Destiny 1, but the majority of my friends are obviously all on PC, and the few friends I do have that play exclusively on consoles, like, got it really early and got really ahead of me, and I didn't want and like have them like either walk me through the lower levels or just be like, okay, go here, do this, kind of when I play games like that, I kind of want to experience them for myself ish the first time and to explore things rather than have a master kind of guide me through. So either way, I never ended up playing the first one, but I'm planning to before the second one comes out, and very excited to have the second one on PC, my platform of choice, and be able to play with all my friends.
Yeah, I'll
Even
be
though they,
excited. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
even though they all abandoned me on Andromeda.
You stopped inviting people. You can't just. Never mind. We went over this already. I didn't abandon you. It just. I finished it. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I think I was sold on the trailer with Nathan Fillion doing his like horrible pep rally next to the guy who's doing the really good like inspirational pep rally. It's like the humor of that it was really great. And so if any of the quest stuff in there, the lore storyline stuff is as good as that, I'll be happy.
Me too.
See, I've always like Destiny 1 was fun, but I couldn't really get good at it because I'm terrible on console like first-person shooter type games, and so I'm just really glad it's coming to PC because where I can actually be good at it. Plus, it's
Nice.
on the Blizzard launcher, so
Yeah, I like
there's that as well.
like how in the notes I said BattleNet, but then some season corrected me. It's like, oh, it's not called BattleNet anymore. I know it's not called BattleNet anymore. Just BattleNet is a 10 times cooler name than Blizzard launcher.
That was me. I'll be honest. Well, no, that's the funny thing that I actually I'm curious about this. So I mean, the Blizzard app just says Blizzard in the corner. There's no BattleNet. But during the announcement of Destiny 2 coming to PC, they actually used the words BattleNet.
Oh, they did? I didn't see that.
Yeah, which I thought was weird. I was like,
Interesting.
yeah. So I'm wondering if that was accidental, like if the person who was writing it from Activision or from the Destiny 2 people just had a slip of the tongue because BattleNet's been around forever, or if it's if stuff like this is going to be more common from Activision and they want Blizzard's app to be like their origin.
I don't see why they wouldn't. They have to give
Right?
30% of the profits or the sales to Steam for any of their games on there, and so they get 100% of it this way. And for me, the silver lining, I don't say silver lining, I don't think it's a bad thing at all, really, but the best thing is the anti-cheat within BattleNet.
Was it called like Spartan or something?
Yeah. As we
It's
saw,
pretty awesome.
Trent and I saw with Division, the cheaters can ruin the experience a lot.
Yeah, pretty bad.
And so,
Oh yes.
in a game especially like that, so
yeah,
having good anti-cheat is very welcomed.
Yeah, and finishing that line of reason, that line of thought, like I would not be surprised at all if Activision kind of pushed Blizzard back into having their launcher be called Battle.net, and they have other games other than just Blizzard games from Activision and their related studios.
I'm totally okay with that. I was a few years ago someone who was very just mad about the fact that my games are strewn out through different launchers, but I'm really to the point where I don't care anymore.
Yep, I've given that one up. I don't know if I just like, gave up the fact that I was just never going to win that battle, so it was not worth anything to be upset about it, or if I really just have gotten used to it and I'm okay with the different publishers living. I think the last straw was when I had to get Uplay for The Division. I was like, no, not another. Whatever.
Yeah. I own 10 games on the Windows 10 store, the Microsoft exclusives.
Oh yeah,
I own like 6 or 7 games in Uplay and a couple dozen in Origin and about 1,000 in Steam, so it all works out.
Yep, then I got the Twitch launcher for my Minecraft stuff, and then I've got the one that Star Trek Online does all of their stuff through, like the Neverwinter online games and whatnot.
Wow,
it's just
nerd.
I know, right? my taskbar is like browsers, Spotify, and then game launchers. Like that's what.
Yep, that's about what mine are.
It's pretty great.
They did announce that Destiny 2 would have a delayed release on PC. They didn't specify as to how long of a delay. I personally am okay with that, as long as it's within this year, because I think it comes out in the middle of September, and so as long as it kind of hits in that holiday season, I'll still be happy. Mostly because that will let the console players, they'll let us know if the game is worth getting or not by that point.
Right.
People will have plowed through to the end game content within the first week or so, and so we'll know if the end game is worth it at that point, or if it's worth just waiting until the first expansion. Because I know that vanilla Destiny didn't hit as hard as many people would have liked, and most people kind of gave up on it very, very early. But once the first expansion hit, it was then like a very, very good game, apparently. So
yeah. Well, the nice thing is, I think PC Games or someone, I can't remember who it was, did an interview with some of the guys who were doing the PC port for Destiny 2, and they kind of laid out a bunch of the features that it's going to have that the console versions won't, like text chat and things that you would like 4K support,
more than 30 frames a second.
Right, up to 60 frames per second, a point of view changer, so you can change like your aspect ratio type stuff.
I'm going to interject and say 144 frames a second before our rabid fans correct.
Yes, our 3 rabid fans are going to harass me on Twitter. No, I mean, yeah, sorry, 144. But not that the human eye can see that many, but whatever.
Oh, you just opened it.
I know. No, so I mean, I like that they're going to actually take some time with the PC port, because sometimes companies will just like, slap keyboard mappings on it and go, and it doesn't always translate well. So I'm happy that they'll take some extra time and make it like it was actually designed for PC.
So verdict, we're all excited for Destiny 2 on PC.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Very nice. I think that about wraps us up for games. Oh, one more thing. Jackie Chan Adventures joke for you all. A new Dragon Age game was semi-confirmed today.
Yes.
Semi-confirmed. Do you want to take this one, Trent?
Yeah, sure. So a writer from BioWare was interviewed today on some of his projects. He's a guest writer with BioWare, so he's doing one little section of some lore and side bits for the new Dragon Age game, and he kind of revealed that today in the interview. And so I mean, we know that the game is under development, has not been officially announced by the studio, so it could really be canceled at any time. I mean, I guess it could technically be canceled anytime up to release, but it's a little bit more like before this, we really had no real word whatsoever that the game was under development. So now we at least know there is a new Dragon Age game being made. And
yeah, there's something else going on there.
Right. I would be surprised if we hear anything about it this year. We might get like a tease from the EA stuff, but I'm assuming the BioWare presence is going to be either their new IP and then maybe some Andromeda DLC, but
I
probably
really hope there is.
but probably not. So, yeah, I mean, hearing that they're still writing a good portion of it, I imagine we're looking at least this holiday for release or later. So,
Well,
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be this holiday because we quote unquote know that the next game they're releasing is the new IP.
Do we?
I guess not technically, but we know that it's been in development since 2012, since Mass Effect 3 launched, because the
Oh,
team
wow.
from Mass Effect 3 started working on the new IP, and Dragon Age has only been since 2014-ish.
Huh.
And
Yeah, I'm excited to hear more about that.
yeah,
I'm assuming we'll hear a lot in E3.
leaks have kind of said it's going to be something Destiny and Division like a online multiplayer-ish experience,
That
Ruh-roh.
would be interesting.
but not MMO, so to speak. So
Well, I mean, Destiny is an MMO, and so is
Yeah.
Division. It's a different kind of MMO.
yeah,
Anyway, that's another can of worms.
let's spend the next 2 hours of the podcast just defining what an MMO truly is.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
As someone who has the
Totally got this.
MMO experience, I'm gonna go first. No,
I mean, if anyone could talk about it, I think I could. I've played like 8 or 9 of them pretty actively. So,
Yay, same.
what
all
other
the way
ones have
back
you
in the
played,
day.
Becca?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Besides WoW, what others have you played?
I've also played a little bit of WildStar, Final Fantasy XIV, the Star Wars MMO, Guild Wars 2. I feel like I'm missing a few, honestly.
Which Star Wars MMO? That's right. I'm
Old
old school.
Republic.
Yeah, based on
Old
the fact that she said she was 8 when she played WoW, I imagine that it
She
would be
could
the
have
Old
played.
Republic.
She could have played Star Wars Galaxies when she was like 5. You don't know.
It's true. It's true.
I did not,
That
unfortunately.
makes me feel old. Ooh. Anywho, did you play? You played FF11, I imagine, right? Because your brothers were into that, right?
I did not, actually.
I did.
That's
I
right.
never got a chance to play FF11.
Ryan actually liked that one.
It's okay.
Well, compared to other MMOs that you've played, anyway.
No, I like Tor the best, but
That's true.
I played 11 for about 6 months or so.
Yeah, you do like the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. So anyway,
I'm a BioWare fanboy. What can I say?
so moving on to movies.
Moving on to movies, we got some Spider-Man news to drop on you all.
And
Two
some
kinds.
Spider-Man adjacent news.
Yeah. So Tom Hardy has been cast as Venom for the upcoming Venom movie. Now, not to be confused, the current Spider-Man Marvel universe together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing their own thing.
That's
Oh, okay. Well, we got
Why
the
not
sweet
have
deal with
two
Marvel.
universes?
I know. We're just gonna make a standalone Venom movie because why not?
Why not?
because we're learning from DC, and apparently villain movies do really well. I mean,
Ugh.
what?
Ugh.
Shots fired.
So
Uh,
there's kind of a little bit of behind the scenes stuff because I know a little bit too much about the behind the scenes of the Sony Pictures and Spider-Man deal. But I've only read his name. I don't think I've ever said out loud, but so I'm assuming I pronounced it right. But it's Avi Arad. He's one of the main creative leads and producers of all the Spider-Man movies, starting I think with Spider-Man 3.
good credits there.
I know, and so he is basically the main person making the big decisions for Spider-Man over at Sony Pictures, and so he has been pegged as the one responsible for a lot of the stupid decisions. For example, one that he himself takes credit for is like the pushing of the Sinister Six movie that was originally planned, and why Amazing Spider-Man had such like hardcore Sinister Six foreshadowing, because like he was just focused on getting Sinister Six, and this isn't the first time a solo Venom movie having nothing to do with Spider-Man has been brought. The moment I saw that he has basically full creative control, producer stuff on this one. It made me, I audibly gasped, or not gasped, sighed. Sorry, wrong word. I audibly sighed out loud when I read it
I do
because
declare.
Bless my pearls.
That's right.
I don't think it was explicitly said in the Marvel contract, but he has zero to do with anything with the Marvel Disney deal. None of the movies.
Not only that,
Sony does.
he took some shots at Kevin Feige online earlier this month. Did you hear about that?
I didn't. Do tell.
So it's a Deadline article that I was looking at earlier today, actually, because I was just kind of looking up, Venom news and stuff like that. So I was looking into Avi Arad, and there was an article that was titled "The Man Who Saved Marvel," and it had Kevin Feige on the front, and they kind of the article is basically just lauding Marvel and their success. And Avi, did this interview near after where he just said that it's all a bunch of happenstance, and like it's not really as big as you think, and the Spider-Man stuff is going to be great, and blah blah blah. So it sounds like he kind of had like short man syndrome a little bit, like comparing himself to Feige. But
yeah,
because I think he said that he was like a producer with Marvel at some point.
I think so. I believe he used to work for Marvel in some form.
Yeah.
I don't know what off the top of my head though.
So
either way, the fact that he's kind of the head of this, like Feige is for Marvel, and the fact that they're trying to do it completely separate without setting up the character or having him having a relationship to Spider-Man makes me not excited for this movie at all.
Yep.
So
what's it? I mean, what's it going to be about?
I mean, Venom has had anti-hero runs in the comics, so it's probably going to be that. They're probably going to just redo his origin or do a different Venom origin from the comic that most people are familiar with, and then just have him be an anti-hero for a movie, kind of like Suicide Squad.
Ugh.
I don't know. What do you think, Beka?
What a new concept.
I know, right?
So excited.
I wonder if he's going to say, I'm the bad guy, like 50 times in the movie.
Hopefully.
I'm trying to think like if there is an anti-hero movie that I've liked recently. Like the last one that even comes to mind is Spawn, which was just amazingly cheesy. But
amazingly, wink, wink.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. I've never understood the anti-hero idea in general. But what do you think, Beka?
I don't know. I like the anti-hero angle. I just don't think it's been done terribly correctly when it comes to like superhero movies, other than Deadpool, which I did really enjoy Deadpool. I'll be that person.
That's true. No, I love Deadpool. I guess, is he an anti-hero?
Yeah, he definitely falls in that category.
Yeah, I think he counts as an anti-hero.
Huh. I mean, he does things other heroes don't do, but like, and murdering people. But they're all bad guys. I don't know.
He fights good guys too. In the movie, he was pretty killing bad guys, but he fights in X-Men too.
The fight scene with Colossus was amazing.
Yeah.
True.
I'm excited for the next one. But okay, so yeah, Deadpool's a good example. I guess I didn't have to go back very far to find a good one. Well, that's the thing. Like, if they make Venom rated R and actually do a nice, dark, like, mind-bendy Venom story, it could be really good.
It has the potential to be good. I just don't see it as turning out good.
The same guy who gave us Sandman and the other Venom, and I don't have a lot of trust.
Yep. So we'll see. I'm sure there is a conspiracy tinfoil hat theory that's going around that makes me really hopeful. I don't know if I believe it, but I'd be very happy if it happened. Sony is doing financially terrible right now, just all around. And so people are wondering if they're just trying to boost their Sony Spider-Man brand up a bit to prepare for a Disney buyout.
Really?
Be like, say like, oh, look, we're making a Venom movie. It's going to make like 300 million in the box office, and then we're going to do this and do this. And then so when Disney comes to buy them, they can inflate the price a little bit.
Huh.
That's an interesting theory.
So don't know if I believe it, but it makes me hopeful that Disney could just be like mine and take it back, and then everything in the world with Spider-Man again.
Yeah. Do you want Marvel to own all of the Marvel properties again? Would
Yes.
you? Really?
Yes, hardcore.
I mean, I would definitely say yes for. Does Sony also own Fantastic Four?
No, Fox does.
Okay, definitely both of those need to come back home. I would be okay leaving the X-Men on their own, though, personally.
I don't know. I feel that there's just so much potential for them to be strung through the Marvel universe. And there's so many characters that can make it more cohesive whole, because that's how the comics run. Like the X-Men are the backbone of the Marvel universe on the comics.
I know, and I would love to see like Storm and Thor fight people together, but
I mean, I think the only casualty of that would be Deadpool, since I don't think Disney would go the Deadpool route that we got.
no.
Not at all.
But I think Fox has done what they needed to do with the X-Men, and I would be very happy at this point with the good send-off that was Logan, for it to be back in Marvel's hands, for them to introduce into the post Thanos phase, because Lord knows they need some good content.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's already another X-Men movie coming.
I know.
Okay.
But that's just my pipe dream, I guess.
I'm just going to talk more about Logan, but that's completely off the rails.
Yeah.
For our
Maybe we'll do a spoiler cast at the end of the podcast at some point.
Have you seen Logan, Beka?
I have not yet.
Oh, it's so good.
It is very, very good.
Like, I hate Wolverine movies, and he's my least favorite X-Man, like below Jubilee, most of the time.
Yeah,
and
over here.
Huh?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
I said nothing. Beka
liar.
laughed for no reason.
It's not like I can't listen back after this is done and hear
Do it, I dare you.
All right, I'm taking a timestamp right now. No, I'm just kidding. Like I was saying, I'm not always a huge Wolverine fan, and I freaking love this movie. So you should go see it. And everybody who's listening should watch it.
There's a thing, I don't know if it came out today, but I just saw it on Reddit today, to where in the comic, for the Old Man Logan storyline, which is what this movie is loosely based off of.
Loosely.
Yeah. There's one thing they have in common, though, is that all the X-Men, except kind of the ones you see, are dead in the movie. Spoiler alert. But I mean, it's very beginning, so I wouldn't really count it as a spoiler. But in the comic, is what happens is that Mysterio, a Spider-Man villain, basically uses his illusions to make it look like a bunch of the Marvel villains are attacking the X-Men mansion, and so Wolverine goes crazy and then kills all the students.
Oh wow!
With those illusions.
Whoa.
That happened in the comic, not in the movie universe. In the movie universe, they use Professor X's condition as the excuse to have all the X-Men be dead at that point. Also in the trailers, so I don't consider it a spoiler.
Spoilers.
And they said they had originally written that scene into the beginning of the movie, but they decided to cut it even before they filmed it, because they thought that it set the precedent of like what the story was about, or what the tragedy of the movie would be, versus what it should be. So it was interesting. Go see Logan. It's good.
Yes.
So I know you said you don't like antiheroes. You like more Nathan Drake types in your movies.
That's right. And speaking of Spider-Man.
Yep. Our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Tom Holland, has been cast as a young Nathan Drake for the Uncharted movie. So I didn't see the young on this article at first. I was like, what? He's like 12.
Right? I was like, wait, Tom Holland can't be Nathan Drake. And then I saw that the whole movie's going to be the young Nathan Drake story, kind of akin to like Uncharted 3's side story stuff.
Yeah.
Flashbacks. And they did a side-by-side of Tom Holland with the character from the video game, and they look freakishly alike.
Nice. So
that was pretty cool.
I am apprehensively excited. I don't know. I've never seen a good video game movie in my life, so maybe they'll get this one right.
Maybe this one will be good.
That's what we say every single time.
It has the video game curse, but
I mean, technically, Angry Birds is the best video game movie at this point.
Oh no! Don't no.
It is.
I know it is, but
Painful.
we don't have to know. We don't have to like acknowledge its existence.
It's true. It's true. Well, it's Becca's favorite movie, though, so.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Her favorite video game
Probably.
movie of 2016, even more than the World of Warcraft
Angry
movie.
Birds. I just love it so much. Oh God.
But yeah, I'm excited for Tom Holland. What do you think, Becca?
I think that'll be interesting. I like his acting, so I think he'll probably do a decent job. I'm just more so worried about like script writing for the movie.
Yeah.
Have you played the Uncharted
that's-
games before?
I have not. I actually have it and have plans to play the new one. Well, the newest one.
They are also very good.
Yeah, that's what Trent keeps telling me.
But he hasn't played them either, so.
Okay.
Oh, he
To be
hasn't?
fair though, I watched my ex play all 4 of them, so I know the story.
That counts.
I haven't
That
actually
counts enough in my book.
right. I haven't actually played them, but I've watched them like they were a movie. So.
Fair play. Fair play.
And they are amazing. And I wouldn't normally waste time playing a series that I want to or that I've already seen, but I think with next year's tax return, maybe because this one already got spent, I want to buy a PS4 or maybe PS5 by that point, and buy all 4 and play them because I'm excited.
It's awesome.
Yes.
So not as happy, exciting news. Another one of today's news items, but Zack Snyder announced today that he was exiting Justice League movie after his family had a horrific thing happen to them.
That's very sad.
Yeah, I guess back in March, his daughter took her own life, and so he made a statement saying he originally wanted to, just basically lose himself and work to try to help him deal with it, but he said that it just wasn't working for him, and so he has to leave production of the movie. And so Joss Whedon will be taking his place as the director from here on out. Obviously, most of the movie is filmed already, but the reshoots will all be directed by Joss Whedon, and of course, he'll be overseeing the final editing and things like that. So I've had a lot to say about Zack Snyder and what I think of his directing and movie creating and stuff like that, but I would never wish that kind of experience upon anybody and wish him the best.
Yeah, it's really, really sad. I can't even imagine not having kids, what that would feel like. So I am excited that they got someone as talented as Joss Whedon to step up. So awesome for the movie, and I hope that he and his family can, figure some stuff out.
It's weird that he's now in charge of both Marvel and DC major team up franchises.
That was kind of my thing, but now he has a hand in both.
Yeah, he doesn't anymore, but
yeah, I mean, just put the first Avengers movie and the first Justice League movie.
Right. It's pretty cool. I'm excited. I mean, I don't know how much he can put into the movie at this point. Because I think one of the things that the first Avengers did so well was it had his kind of like quippy team up, like kind of Buffy-esque banter.
Yeah.
And obviously most of the Justice League movie is finished already, but maybe he can. I don't know. It'd be interesting to know how much freedom. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know how much freedom he has to make changes.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll have a lot of freedom, but out of respect for what Snyder wanted for most of the film, decision-wise, I'm sure he'll pay respect to that. Wasn't there a Stanley Kubrick film? Oh yeah, the movie AI, I believe, was originally a Stanley Kubrick. I'm not saying his last name right. Film.
Kubrick.
Yeah, that.
I think it's right.
But he ended up passing away, and so Steven Spielberg took it on, and he tried to keep the movie exactly the way Kubrick would have wanted. So, might be something similar to that. Obviously, Zack Snyder didn't die, but.
Well, now I feel bad that I've made fun of AI as much as I have.
Well, it's a terrible movie, so.
I almost kind of wish that Spielberg had made more changes, but now that I know that it was like the guy's dying project, I'm kind of like, well, I guess it was just kind of meant to be.
Yep. So you can't blame Spielberg for that one.
That's true. For a long time, and I'm glad I know this now, because for a long time I did blame Spielberg for that movie. So
It is a terrible, terrible movie though. Don't go see that. If you plan to see that, go see Logan instead.
Don't see AI.
You know what I can still blame Steven Spielberg for though is Crystal Skull.
Yep, that's true.
And then so I'm gonna do a tangent and an unexpected side topic here.
Unexpected, huh?
Yeah, based on
You a tangent? Really?
right? But no, like kind of just tying into the Justice League movie. The first reviews of Wonder Woman came out this last week, and they are overwhelmingly positive.
See, I'm gonna put a cap on that because Batman v Superman had the exact same response. All the people that went to see it early all came out tweeting and ranting or not ranting, but raving about it. I remember that exact thing happening last year for Batman v Superman, and
You know what?
the exact same thing just happened with Pirates of the Caribbean, the new one. The initial excitement reviews were very, very positive from people seeing it a few months early, but now when actually I think the review embargo just went up today, and now the new Pirates movie is getting mediocre low reviews.
You know what? You don't have to ruin my joy.
It could still be great. It could still be great. I'm
The
just
possibility is there.
It has to be good. Like, do you understand? It has to be good.
I understand it has to be good. I love Wonder Woman, and for all female superheroes to have
Right?
be given a chance to perform and succeed,
This
and
has to be really good, yeah.
and for DC being my favorite of the two comic properties to make a super giants, I still am a DC guy, even though I love the Marvel movies more than any of the DC movies. I'm still a DC person. I want my universe to be fleshed out well in a movie playing field, and so yes, I definitely am rooting for Wonder Woman to succeed in all fronts. But I'm being cautiously optimistic about its future and hope. So
I haven't wanted a movie to be this good since Star Wars Episode 7. Like, I'm so nervous about it. Like, I think about it at work or just like when I'm driving, and like I get anxious, and I'm like, oh, please be good.
Yep.
Because like there's rumors floating around that if it doesn't do well, that the Captain Marvel movie won't get made, and stuff like that. I don't know how true those are, but people.
I don't think that's true at all. I think Marvel has.
Have they already started filming?
No, she's been cast, but I don't think they're filming yet. But I don't know. I think Marvel really can do anything at this point.
But when you say that, they haven't tried a female-led superhero movie yet.
Because all the best female superheroes in the universe are on the X-Men.
Ha! True story. Well, I mean, Captain Marvel's pretty awesome, and that's why I'm pretty excited for her.
I love Captain Marvel, so
I don't know. What do you think, Beka?
I don't know. Wonder Woman's pretty much the only female superhero that I like so much.
Nice.
But I don't know. I'm excited for the movie. I just, like Ryan, I'm a little cautious about it because typically they come up with these reviews that are really great, and then it's not so great.
No, a few weeks before it comes out, we'll have real reviews, and then that's what we'll gauge our opinion off of. And I say gauge by name, not absorb and make it their opinion yours, but I'll see it no matter what. But my level of hype and excitement for when I walk in that theater will be determined by reviews.
Yeah. Have you bought your tickets already?
Nope.
I think I'm buying mine this week. Putting a group together.
My girlfriend and I schedules are kind of fluctuating, so I usually just kind of buy them a week-ish before, 5 days before-ish.
Nice. Well, yeah, I'm excited. So anyway, we'll see. Hopefully it'll be good.
I think it will be.
There was my wonderful tangent.
Wonderful, it's a strong word.
But it was a pun. Wonderful.
Come on. Okay. 10 out of 10. Change my mind. Your pun got better reviews than the movie will.
Oh. Well, it's because nothing should get a 10 out of 10. Not even Zelda.
You got my point. So, hey, Link to the Past gets a 10 out of 10. Not even Mass Effect doesn't get that from me, even though Mass Effect is my favorite game now. I still think Link to the Past is a perfect game.
I mean, it's really great. I'm not trying to cast aspersions on Link to the Past, but I mean, I don't like the idea that anything is perfect because I don't think it's realistic.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a whole.
And I can see that, but my only thing when I can't find a flaw in it, and it's a game that I can play over and over and over and over again and have for the entirety of my life and still love it every time I play it again. It awakens something in me where I'm like, this game is perfect. It broke the laws of physics somehow.
All right, I'll let you have it. We won't need to argue about it anymore.
I ruined your spirit with Wonder Woman.
You did. You killed my joy. And
I do that to everybody. So
Wow, just a joy killer.
I had some friends come over on Sunday. They were going to borrow my Xbox because they wanted to play Halo. And they were talking. They're like, "Oh, so did you see Guardians of the Galaxy?" I'm like, "Yes, I've seen it twice. I love it. Might be my favorite Marvel movie." And they're like, "Oh, well, must be really." I'm like, "That's not entirely true."
It's not always true. It's sometimes true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. I tend to give things a better score than other people, so I don't know if I'm just really easy to please or if I overlook faults or if I'm just not as critical. I don't know what it is. But
yeah, I'm very critical on movies. Sometimes I can enjoy it while still picking it apart.
That's usually how I am, where I just enjoy it and then I just kind of pick it apart while I do it anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, see, Ryan, when I watch a movie with Ryan, I have to tell him to tone it down because he sees things that I don't see, that I don't pick up on anyway. And he'll point them out, and it's like, have you guys seen How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
I have watched it.
You know the episode with like the glass shattering, like once you see something, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
He ruins things for me by pointing out like how the sausage is made, so to speak. And then I see things like he ruined reality TV for me.
I think I ruined Downton Abbey for TK because I told him it was just a soap opera, and then he realized that and he couldn't watch it ever again.
Sad.
Well, now I have to watch it. That's my kind of thing.
Trent loves his soap operas disguised as other shows.
Oh, Trent, you'd probably
also known as the entire CW network.
Yep.
True words have never been spoken. But yeah, I've ruined you. I'm sorry for breaking reality TV, but I introduced you to Survivor, so that evens out. I think
it's true. And I do love me some Survivor. I mean, I guess I'm pretty easy. All you need is a somewhat decent story, dialogue that is not like scene-chewingly terrible, and some pretty guys. And I'm
cast. Yep.
Yeah. Anywho,
pretty guys are a necessity, though.
They are.
So speaking of pretty guys, I have been watching Mr. Robot. Yep. Yep.
Boo.
I've been watching a little bit of Mr. Robot. Thankfully, I'm getting caught up on a lot of my shows because of all the season finales are happening, and so I could be like, okay, good, I'm done with the show for at least 3 months. I could watch other stuff, and then, because I have the shows I watch on my own, and I have the shows I watch exclusively with my girlfriend, and so, sometimes my girlfriend and I will be behind on our shows, and then I'm behind on my own shows, and we watch a show together, so I won't watch a show I'm on, et cetera, et cetera. But my girlfriend and I are fully caught up on our shows together, thankfully. Woo. And then, so we were able to go on to the newer show that we were watching. So we finished season 1 of Mr. Robot. It's good. I wouldn't say it's amazing like all the award shows would make it out to be, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw a show that Beka's going to talk about here later, and I got really excited.
Spoiler.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
All right, well, Beka, why don't you go ahead and let us know what you're watching? No, I'm done.
Oh. Okay, all right.
Well, I just finished up season 2 of Sims 8. Clearly, Trent is excited.
It's so good.
I really enjoyed it. If you can get past the orgies, I think it's worth a lot.
By the way, I think we have our title of our episode. If you could get past the orgies.
Get past the orgies.
Thank you for that, Beka.
Yep, no
I'll
problem.
treasure it always.
Happy to help. But no, I really enjoyed it. Like it was really good, and they got a like really diverse cast, which I think is the entire point of the show.
Yep.
But it's really nicely done, honestly. I'm sure Ryan could watch it and pick it apart. But for now, I'm just really happy with it.
Now, see, it's a Netflix show, so generally they're very, very well written and good cinematography. So those have a lot harder time.
The cinematography is incredible. Like,
Oh yes.
some of the the long shots are just really, really well done. It's very artsy. Like you wouldn't expect that from like a sci-fi action-ish show, but there's some really beautiful shots.
I mean, it's one reason why I strongly prefer cable/Netflix shows. Because it feels like when you watch them, you're eating a steak dinner versus when you watch a network show where, network show is, fast food, and
Yeah.
CW is a
Cotton
taco
candy.
truck. Cotton candy's good. Sometimes I really feel like
circus food.
there you go. Sometimes I really feel like eating, having a McDonald's burger, and that's fine. But there's just something special about the Netflix shows like Sense8 and Stranger Things, House of Cards that just really make it stand out. So I heard not good things about the first season, so it kind of left my radar, but it's kind of re-entered my radar with the really good reception that season 2 has gotten.
Yeah, season 2 is above and beyond better than season 1.
Agreed.
But season 1 kind of has a really unique charm to it. Well, like because they're trying to figure out like what the hell's going on, and that's really hard. I mean, it's such a weird concept to wrap your head around what's happening.
I think they did it kind of well though, because I didn't feel like it was drawn out too long. Like if that had been an actual scenario in the real world, like I think it would take that long to figure it out.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it was realistic in that aspect, even if it lost some viewers because of how long it took.
Yeah, so huge kudos to the cast and Lana Wachowski, who is the showrunner and like director and sometimes camera woman, like you see her on set. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Lana.
What?
Danger zone.
I'm glad she got that because I was wondering if it was like a Smallville reference or something. But I need to watch.
It was definitely an Archer reference.
I got Danger Zone.
Oh,
internet high five, Beka.
Yep.
A friend of mine at work does it all the time. Like he'll come over to my cube and just kind of like poke his head in and go Danger Zone, and then walk away.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
You need to do Lana back at him.
Lana.
See, it starts off something. He's like Lana, and she's ignoring him, and then he just Lana. Then he goes at the very end. He just yells at Lana, and then she goes, "What?" And he goes, "Danger zone," or just something like inconsequential. So Beka, you dunked it perfectly. So
that was great.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Trent, besides Sense8, what have you been watching?
So I caught up on the 100 or the 100, depending on how you pronounce it, last night. I think I watched like 4 episodes in a row. I was gonna go to bed early again, and I was like, "Oh, this is so good! Holy crap! Where are they good? Holy crap!" It's just like every episode is getting better and more intense. And suddenly it was 2 a.m, and I'd caught up. It's so good. They have 1 episode left. I have no idea how they're going to wrap this up. It's crazy and amazing and emotional. It's way better than any CW network show has the right to be. And it's just good. You should watch it. I'm going to make you watch it at some point.
Yeah, that's too bad. My CW boycott is in full effect.
I don't care.
Maybe when he gets canceled and goes to Netflix or something like that, then I'll watch it.
No, it'll eventually get canceled. It did get renewed for season 5, which I'm excited
on the CW?
for.
No, it's never getting canceled. What are you talking about?
Some shows get canceled. Rain has finally been canceled.
Oh wow.
The vampire. Not every show is supernatural.
Yep.
Mm.
I'm just so scared that this DC universe is going to go into the teens in seasons, and I'm just going to be like, no, just die.
Interestingly, so I saw the trailer for Black Adam or Black Lightning. Black Lightning this week.
Oh, Black Adam is a DC character, so you got it half right.
I know, right? Okay, so we're good. It's actually not going to be connected to the other 4.
Oh, it's not?
That's what I heard in the
Oh, good. I won't watch it then.
in the trailer breakdown that I saw. So I'll let you know if that is incorrect because I'm going to give it a try. But from what I've heard, it is not going to be cinematically tied into the other ones.
And not like the current ones are cinematically tied to each other right now, anyways.
That's probably fine.
I know. Anywho.
So that's mostly what I've been watching. The Amazing Race and Survivors finale is this week, and
I forgot it was a finale. Jeez.
yes, and then RuPaul's Drag Race is still going fine and fun and fabulous, and I love it. So
nice. Why don't you kick us off with what you're playing too?
I've gotten back into Stellaris a lot this last week. Me and some friends of mine on the Gamers Lounge thing, and it's super fun. There was a pretty big update for the anniversary edition and some DLC that dropped, so I got all of that. And then also the thing that really pulled me back in is
so I want you to pause for just a moment and explain to our audience and not me what Stellaris is.
Oh, right. So Stellaris is a space-based 4X game, which is 4X is like explore, expand, exterminate, and something else. It's basically civilization in space, but also real time. So when you're playing, you can pause the game if you want to like work on research or ship design or plan things out. You can also do that on multiplayer, but it's usually better to just kind of let it run at normal speed for everyone so that everyone's not pausing it every few seconds. But yeah, it's your typical, strategy game. It's really fun. I like it a lot.
Nice.
One of the cool things that they have these end game crises that can happen. I think there's 3 of them. One is like this extra galactic. So near the end of the game of like civilization and stuff, where everyone just has nukes lobbing at each other, the game kind of gets less fun. So what Stellaris does is if you have this mode turned on, the universe faces a giant crisis near the end of the game. And so there's like an extra galactic foe that shows up that is just like crazy powerful and annihilates everyone or tries to, and you can see if you've done well enough to fight him back. If you have allowed AI to be developed, they have a chance of gaining full sentience, and depending on how they've been treated, either pull a Terminator or something like that. And I forget what the third one was. Extra dimensional beings, maybe. Anyway, it's very cool stuff. And so it's like suddenly the galaxy is thrown into chaos, and the political divide doesn't matter anymore. And I think it's really fun.
Very nice.
Especially since the first time,
up your alley.
right? Especially since the first time it happened, I was playing a multiplayer game with my friend Ross, who's been on the podcast before, and we didn't know that it was going to happen. And so like this crazy thing, just like this giant alien race shows up out of nowhere and starts demolishing the other side of the galaxy, and we're like, So it was pretty cool.
Awesome. Beka, how about you?
Well, lately I've gotten back into Guild Wars 2 just to have fun with that and play around. Overwatch has been a big part of my life for an entire year. They're actually about to do a anniversary event, so I'm pretty excited for that.
Who's your favorite character?
Mercy.
Mercy.
Yeah, I love her. She's fantastic. I've also been playing Heroes of the Storm since they revamped that. I personally don't see too big of a difference. Most of the difference is in like collection and loots from old Heroes. But I do like the revamping. The matchmaking system seems a little bit more stable. So now, like, if you queue up without a healer, you get matched against a team without a healer. So
that's cool.
And with your team composition.
Yeah, it's way cool.
Yeah. My most exciting one is Horizon Zero Dawn.
I'm so excited for you. This is my squee moment here. So.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love this game. I haven't finished it yet, but it's awesome.
Actually,
it's a gorgeous game.
I'm trying to get through some of my backlog of games I've already purchased, and I'm waiting for a sale for Horizon, and then I bought a PS4 Pro specifically for it.
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm very very excited. I'm happy to hear that you're really really enjoying it. So
Oh yeah.
it's probably my most anticipated already out game that I'm going to play soon.
Yeah.
So what about it?
Um,
Like, do you really really like? Because I mean, I hear people say it's really really good, but they haven't really broken it down. And on paper, it looks to be pretty standard. Like oh, open world, climb the tower and fill your map up with side quests.
yeah.
What about it makes it more special and amazing?
Um, Honestly, I really just love the protagonist and the storyline. Because the protagonist is this sassy redhead, so it's like, I see myself in that, and it's great, and I love it. um, and she doesn't take anyone's shit, and it's really nice. I love it. And as far as the storyline goes, I think it's a really unique storyline. Like, it's got some aspects that you've seen in other sci-fi type stuff, but it's really intense and really really extensive, and I love it.
Nice. So it's better than your average Star Trek episode sci-fi.
Yes.
I said average.
Average, yeah, not
There's
like the
exceptional
best.
Star Trek stories, Trent.
Uh-huh. I feel like that was pointed.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just really good at
Segues.
Yep.
Someone's being very rude to me. No, I'm just kidding. No, speaking of Star Trek, real quick, unless Becca had more she wanted to say about
Nope, that was it.
I forgot to mention the thing that pulled me back into Stellaris before Ryan asked me to describe what it was. There is a mod for it called the New Horizons mod, and it is a Star Trek themed mod, and it is a total conversion for the game. And there are 3 different maps you can play, but all the maps are modeled perfectly after the Star Wars or Star Trek, universe. So every race begins where they're supposed to, has the correct like racial traits and ship types and ship designs, and the ships change in design as you move through the different show eras, like from Enterprise to the original series to Next Generation, etc. And there are like 40 something playable species in the full thing. It includes like the Gamma Quadrant and the Delta Quadrant. It is super cool, and I nerded out pretty hardcore over it. So
you. No.
right,
That doesn't sound like you at all.
I got super excited that I could be the Cardassian, or not the Cardassian, the Romulans, and kill everyone and be deceitful and militaristic. It was great.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap up the podcast. Just one small extra thing here. I could go ahead and start first, but we've kind of mentioned games we're playing, and
Did you talk about Prey?
oh, I didn't. Good call. What I've been
Sorry.
playing, I played a lot this week of the game Prey, and I'm happy to say I really really enjoyed it. Which makes me even more happy because it's now the second game in a row that got mediocre good reviews, and I ended up just really really loving it. Like I mentioned, I was up till 4 last night just because I was in the final act conclusion of the game, and I'm just like I don't want to go to bed and not like want to just like save and go to bed and go to work and wake up. And I had errands to run today, then the podcast, so I probably wouldn't. And then I'm going to play a Star Wars board game tomorrow, and so like I probably wouldn't get to it till like Wednesday or Thursday. Um, and so I was like, nope, I'm staying up to finish this. So I did, and I really really enjoyed it. Have either of you played BioShock before?
I've
I played a little bit.
Yeah, it's basically BioShock.
Once again, I saw my ex play through the first 2.
Yeah, it's almost that exact style of game. It's not really a shooter, but it's a first person game, and you have a gun at some points and a wrench, and you just basically walk and explore and kill things in the areas and get new keys to open new doors and upgrade your weapons. And
Oh, so it's Doom with the keys and the doors.
No.
I was just kidding.
But no, it ended up being really, really good.
Shut down.
I wouldn't say it's as good. No, I wouldn't say it's as good as BioShock, but it's better than BioShock's sequels in my mind. So,
That's fair.
Okay.
but if you really like that gameplay style, I definitely say check it out because it was very good. I enjoyed it.
Nice. What Star Wars board game are you playing?
Oh, the one we saw at Celebration.
Okay, that does not narrow it down.
I know. Good topic. I will look it up while we go over this next thing I wanted to do. So, summer is tends to be slow as far as new game releases. So that's why kind of like I'm using the summer as time to catch up on TV shows for that I didn't quite get through during the normal season. So I'm also doing the same thing for games. So I was going to say we should all pick just one game that we would like to play or be excited to play, even if you don't really get to it, but a game that you would like to play over the summer. So besides Horizon Zero Dawn, which is my obvious one, I would have to go with Watch Dogs 2. It's probably just because I'm watching Mr. Robot right now, but the hacker world is kind of on my mind right now, and I heard that Watch Dogs 2 had a good critical reception. So yeah, I'm excited for that. What about you, Beka?
Probably gonna try to play Bloodborne.
Oh my gosh, I love Bloodborne.
Yep. I've been watching my sister play through it in her streams, and so that's been really fun to watch. But I just want to get my hands on it myself and go through it.
I have you listened to the podcast where I talk a little bit about Bloodborne?
I have not.
So, like, have you ever played any of the Souls games?
Nope, I have not done that either.
I hadn't either. So, so just the reception for Bloodborne, I think it came out in 2015, but it was just so like overwhelmingly positive. And even at the end of 2015, because it came out in February, and even at the end of 2015, people were still talking about it and how it was on Game of the Year lists and stuff like that. And I never really wanted to play a Souls game just because the brutally hard difficulty just didn't seem like it would appeal to me. But it was on sale for like $15 one time, and so I picked it up and started playing it just like a week or so later, and I really fell in love with it. It is such a good game. It is punishing, and especially at the beginning, the difficulty is very steep. But man, it is a really, really good game. So I'm excited for you if you get around to it. All right, what about you, Trent?
So we're talking about games that we haven't had a chance to play that we're wanting to go back to and finish, or upcoming games, or what?
Games that are already out, something that you'd like to play to kind of catch up on or over the summer, since there's no good releases in the summer, really.
I am a huge fan of the Total War series. I've played both the Empire and both the medieval ones and then the Empire one. And they came out with one recently based on the universe of Warhammer, and I've been wanting to play that game for a while now. And I think once my Stellaris bug is spent, I'll probably go back to finish or to play the Total War Warhammer game.
Very nice.
So either that or The Witcher 3 finally.
Someday. So the Star Wars board game was Imperial Assault, by the way. So.
Oh, I have that game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get to play it before I do. I'm so mad. So, are you doing the campaign mode, or are you doing the minis table battle mode?
The campaign.
So mad. I'm trying to get I'm playing it like the first Sunday in June, and I've been trying to get my friends to play it for like a year. For those of you who haven't heard of it, it's a 4 versus 1 style campaign mode in the board game where one player controls the Imperial forces and knows like all of the quote unquote secrets of the map, like where the traps are and what's behind all the doors and everything. And then the other 4 players each have like a Star Wars hero that they play, and there's maps for it that are modular, and it's like a campaign. So you'll play 5 or 6 matches in the campaign, and winning and losing each one gives you special benefits or rewards, and you can make your characters better and stuff. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's my first time doing anything like this. I've never played D&D or anything like that.
It is kind of like
Camelot is probably the closest I've gotten to anything like this.
Yeah, it is kind of like a board gamified version of like D&D. Like your character can get more powerful and get new equipment and stuff. There's a little bit of a story that gets run through it. So yeah, you'll have fun. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, thanks. I'll let you guys know how it went next week on the podcast. So
sweet.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for this week. So thank you so much, Beka, for joining us for your first edition of the Brief Nerdy podcast. We'll definitely have to have you on again sometime.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks, Trent, once again for joining us like we do every week. You're kind of a big deal around here, so that's be
Aw,
expected, I guess.
thank you for always having me back.
So I do control the YouTube account, so you know.
I control the website.
we're like the people on GoldenEye with the 2 keys to fire the
That's right.
we have to turn them at the same time too, or else it doesn't work.
Together, Brief Nerdity hopefully will never fall.
Hopefully. So be sure to reach out to us on social media, like as always. Yep, it's a thing now.
It's just so blatant, though.
That's true. That's true. I have to make it obvious, so if I accidentally do it, I could play it off again. But yeah, reach out to us on social media. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, email. We love all the things. So
Yes.
but in the meantime, have a great week. See you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.